Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. I am Investor Boynes with the details. A public awareness campaign aimed at educating citizens about cybersecurity threats and cybercrime has been launched in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The initiative is part of a broader effort being rolled out across 3 organizations of Eastern Caribbean countries under the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project CARD-TP. The campaign launched today at the NIS conference room seeks to inform the public about how to protect their personal and financial information online. It forms part of a regional strategy to strengthen cybersecurity and promote safe digital practices. Procurement Officer with the OECS, Jenna Flavian, stated that the campaign is a collaborative initiative between CARD-TP and CARICOM Impacts, the implementation agency for crime and security. The goal is to raise awareness of key issues surrounding cybercrime and cybersecurity within the region.
The campaign is being led by our consultant, the ODEM Group of Companies, under the guidance of the technical lead institution, CARICOM Impacts, and aims to increase general public awareness and knowledge of cybercrime and cybersecurity. This includes diverse measures and knowledge on safe online practices, cyber risks, cyber hygiene, and the overall cybersecurity culture in the Caribbean. The intention of this launch is to address the key themes for this campaign, including public education, child online protection, senior online safety, and gender-inclusive internet. The OECS Commission reaffirms our commitment to supporting each member state in advancing cybersecurity and digital resilience. Let us therefore use this campaign as a rallying point to learn, to share, and to act. Together we can create a digital space that is safe, resilient, and full of opportunity for everyone.
Assistant Director of Projects at CARICOM Impacts, Nadine Bushell, emphasized the importance of transparency and efficiency in managing digital information. She noted that gaining public trust is critical as countries transition to more digitally driven services.
We also know that one message does not fit all, which is why we have this campaign tailored to reach 7 key groups. These groups are the general public, youth and students, women and girls, seniors, small businesses and entrepreneurs, public sector workers, and our frontline defenders, law enforcement, and the judiciary. Each group will hear messages that speak directly to their needs and their everyday digital realities. Of course, running a multi-country campaign like this is not without its challenges. We know that while people recognize the risk of cybercrime, technical knowledge remains low, particularly among seniors, rural communities, and those less engaged online. We also know that our institutions do not always work seamlessly together, and too often our messages are fragmented or unbranded, making them easy to overlook.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines secured the majority of funding for this component of the digital transformation from the World Bank. Local project manager of CARD-TP, Winston George, said progress has already been made in implementing several programs, but more work is needed to ensure citizens fully understand how to utilize digital services.
Here would have contributed to the CSOT establishment plan, and where we are in St. Vincent, we have completed drafts of the mandate and charter, first for the establishment of a government CSOT, and then addressing the broader national CSOT after we complete another activity that is being done at the regional level that has to do with cybersecurity policy, strategy, and action plan. We have also completed a digital government strategy, and that has within it a roadmap for the next activities under digital transformation. So we are dealing with a number here now, but there are other sectors and agencies that we are looking at digitizing the services.
Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology Camilo Gonzalez, in his address at the ceremony, spoke need for stronger data security systems within government institutions. He said that several departments previously lacked adequate security measures to protect citizens' information. The minister noted that one of the agencies that has already received assistance under this project is the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force.
Analysis recently of how government agencies and email addresses and passwords crop up on the dark web. And the most popular and most porous ministry or entity was the police force. And you would be surprised at how much information existed through cybersecurity gaps in our security agency. Because the police, as you would anticipate, integrates with a number of things. The police does your security background checks. The police, if you apply for citizenship, the police does a background check on you. If you go for a job, sometimes you have to get a police report. All of that information was available to people who just hadn't figured out how to monetize it yet, which is why it wasn't really used.
Gonzalez stressed the importance of gaining public trust as more personal data is collected and stored digitally. He said people must be assured that the information they share with the government is protected.
Everybody in this room has to understand that while digital transformation is a rapid process, and we don't put the word transformation in there as a marketing ploy, that's what we want to do. We want to transform the way things happen in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But some of the preliminary steps take a little bit of time. There are data centers that have to be set up to store our data. There are cybersecurity systems that have to be set up. There have been, we did it under CARSIP, connectivity issues that have to be resolved. Back of house type work that has to be done to make the transformation visible and possible to you up front. And one of the critical, indispensable components of that is how we protect all of that data, how we protect your privacy, how we protect your money, how we ensure that you as citizens trust what it is we're rolling out for your benefit.
The minister also announced that efforts are underway to digitize all government-held data, which he believes will ultimately benefit both the government and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
We will all pay taxes, for better or worse, or we will all be outside the ambit of the law. But we will all pay taxes. We will all, if we live long enough, hopefully retire and have to access or at other points in our life have to access the social benefits and social welfare system of our respective nations, the social security systems of our respective nations. At some point, most of us will buy a house or buy a piece of land upon which we will build a house. There are opportunities there, the registry, checking title, purchasing land. At some point, we'll probably get a driver's license. We'll probably get a passport. These are things that we will all do. And so we look at these opportunities. At some point, we'll all open a bank account. We look at these things that everybody will do at some point in their life, very often regularly in their life. And we look at them as opportunities for change in a digital sense.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines received approximately $2 million under the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project to support its efforts in enhancing digital infrastructure, cybersecurity, and public engagement. The campaign is expected to include community outreach, media broadcasts, training sessions, and online resources to equip citizens with the tools they need to stay safe in the digital age. More than 40 individuals, including students from technical and vocational education and training TVET programs, received specialized hospitality training during the month of August as part of a collaborative initiative between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Cuba. Speaking at the closing ceremony for the hospitality training mission held recently, Minister of Education Curtis King expressed his satisfaction with the outcome of the program. He highlighted that the training has helped TVET students and other participants position themselves for improved service standards within the local hospitality sector.
In our case, where we are making a significant thrust into the development of our students, of our citizens, giving them the capacity to function within their jobs, our workplaces, with a degree of competence that could satisfy not only their employers, but the job market on a whole. We, in fact, felt that this program was going to be important, and therefore we went about making sure that things were in place to make it a success.
Minister King extended gratitude to the team of 8 Cuban hospitality experts, commending the long-standing relationship between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Cuba, which he said continues to yield meaningful outcomes. He also emphasized the importance of decentralizing training opportunities, pointing out that the TVET Center in North Leeward was one of the locations used for sessions, ensuring wider access to professional development outside the capital.
I want to thank the secondary school teachers and the lecturers from the various technical institutes, including the Technical Institute, the most recently established one in Pettibodel, that covers the North Leeward area, for participating in the training exercises. And I know you would have been very, very gracious for that sort of support. From my visits to your institution, I know we would have interaction. So I want to thank you very much for participating. You could have gone elsewhere. Whenever school go on break, our teachers find time to travel, rest themselves, and do all sorts of things. But you give the commitment by staying and participating. Thank you very much.
During the training, the Cuban experts delivered instruction on a wide range of hospitality-related topics, including customer service, culinary skills, food and beverage management, front desk operations, and housekeeping standards. The training aimed to enhance professionalism and equip participants with practical skills that meet international standards. The initiative is expected to have a long-term impact on the hospitality industry in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially as the country continues to strengthen its tourism product and prepare its workforce for future opportunities in the service sector. East Kingstown has endured significant challenges over the years, according to Parliamentary Representative Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. Speaking during a town hall village meeting last evening, Bramble highlighted long-standing issues that, in his view, have severely hindered development within the constituency. He asserted that there is clear evidence East Kingstown has been neglected for the past 25 years and stressed the urgent need for targeted interventions to reverse the trend.
Over the last 25 years, East Kingstown in particular have endured suffering and have endured a level of underdevelopment and non-progress that is arguably unprecedented in this country. And you hear people say from time to time, boy, where East Kingstown do them, man? Why they punishing East Kingstown so? Why are they neglecting East Kingstown like that? And the evidence is there to support it. I ain't coming here and running off my mouth. The evidence is there.
Bramble emphasized that any serious effort to repair the community must begin with improving infrastructure, which he described as the foundation for progress. He pointed to deteriorating roads, inadequate drainage systems, and neglected public spaces as critical areas that require immediate attention.
Supported, let me start with infrastructure. Much of East Kingstown is located in what we call a suburban area, not far from downtown Kingstown. So you know that there are certain requirements and certain amenities and certain things that that East Kingstown must provide or must be the recipient of in order to support activities in downtown Kingstown. So East Kingstown has a pretty decent mix of commercial business entities and activities and residential entities and activities. It's a mix, unlike some other constituencies where they're primarily residential and maybe rural. So infrastructure is very important, and I am not even going to go into the details of the different types of infrastructure, because the conditions of the roads in East Kingstown alone is enough testimony to verify the fact that the Unity Labour Party government over the last 25 years has neglected East Kingstown.
Turning to economic issues, Bramble raised concerns about what he described as alarmingly high unemployment in East Kingstown. He questioned the accuracy of official statistics, claiming that his own observations suggest 6 out of every 10 people in the area are without work.
And sometimes you don't have to run about and brag and put everything on social media for people to know what you're doing. But I am telling you, based on my analysis, in East Kingstown, the rate of youth unemployment is higher than the average that they tell us. They say it's 4 out of 10 right now, about 40%. In East Kingstown, the rate of youth unemployment is close to 6 out of 10, close to 60%. And if you don't believe me, walk around anywhere in East Kingstown on the blocks. 9 o'clock in the morning, the block up sign hill full of young men. And it's not because they're worthless and they want not to do nothing. It's because they have been deprived of opportunities. And don't come and tell me no foolishness about, oh, when we're looking for people for work, we can't find people for work and this and that. Of course, you're going to find 1 or 2 delinquent ones. That happens everywhere. But when the reality of 6 persons, young persons in East Kingstown, I mean talking about guys who just disown. I'm talking about young men. Many of them finish community college. We ain't talking about a joke, man. Young men with talent and skills and education and ambition. But this government has written them off.
Bramble assured residents that addressing these challenges remains a top priority for him as their representative. He urged constituents to work together to restore growth and create new opportunities for the area. Welcome back. Director of Culture Maxine Brown has described Carifesta 15 as a truly great experience for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Speaking on NBC Radio this morning, Brown emphasized that the Regional Arts and Culture Festival was awesome, highlighting that the Country Night presentation was a standout moment that resonated with the audience and made her particularly proud of the Vincentian team's performance. Brown underscored that St. Vincent and the Grenadines' participation in the festival not only showcased the depth of local talent, but also helped to strengthen cultural ties across the Caribbean.
Now, Carifesta 15 was awesome. I can't say it any better than that. It was awesome because it was engaging. The vibes were brought by every country, especially my home, blessed homeland, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And when all is said and done, though we performed several places, it was the Country Night on August 28th where we nailed it. Every performer, every artist delivered. And from the feedback we would have got, the diaspora, Vincentian diaspora, all, everyone is proud. They work long and hard. And I myself, I'm proud of my team. And we are coming home more empowered, better equipped to do more because we have been exposed. As I often say, when you're exposed, you get to see more, and thus you're required to do more because you've been exposed. And so we're coming home full of zest and vibes, ready to deliver more action, more culturally oriented.
Carifesta, the Caribbean Festival of Arts, is the region's premier cultural festival. Held every few years, the event brings together artists, performers, writers, and cultural practitioners from across the Caribbean to celebrate the shared heritage and diverse expressions of Caribbean identity. This year's edition, Carifesta 15, was hosted by Barbados and featured a wide array of events including music, dance, visual arts, literary readings, culinary showcases, and craft markets. Looking ahead, Bronx at St. Vincent and the Grenadines plans to broaden its cultural outreach through the promotion of local culinary arts. She noted that food is a powerful cultural expression and can serve as a gateway to greater visibility at regional and international cultural events.
Most would have thought that, oh, they're small. But to borrow a line from Jamaica, we're small, but we're Talawa. And I was so proud of my team because initially, as one of the group leads, where I would have already given my counsel and advice, the onus was on me to sit down and take in the show. I wasn't able to sit down. And I know you hardly see Teacher Maxine, as they say, get on. But I had to get on because I felt it in my every being, the vibes. It brought goosebumps to my skin because I was proud of my team. Other highlights, well, I'm a Grand Market fan. And so, whereas we showcase, it's always good to learn. And so I took the time to visit the Grand Market several times, and I would have purchased a few items because, I love my craft.
Yes.
And you see what they can produce, what countries, what was lacking for us, because people were coming to me. Because we took craft and we took fashion, but the culinary section was missing. They said, where's the Vinci food? We want Vinci food. So next time, next 2 years, we'll be sure to expose our culinary artists, our personnel, to bring the food and come and sit.
Brown also encouraged more Vincentians to get involved in cultural initiatives like Carifesta, stressing that such platforms offer unique opportunities for personal and professional development. These events go beyond performance, she explained.
Because everybody made sale. And to speak of sale is to say that though Carifesta provides us with the opportunity to make friends, we have a reunion with others, and showcase our intangible cultural heritage as well as the tangible, you get to make money. So there are economic benefits. And so having visited the vendors, Veronica and Jaron, came as there too, and another lady whose name I can't recall, but she had some lovely bag, and sales were good. So you can make a profit from Carifesta. It's not about showcasing alone. You can make a little dollar, as they say in local parlance, and that was good.
The Director of Culture commended the entire SVG delegation for their hard work, dedication, and professionalism. She said the success of Carifesta 15 is proof that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has much to contribute to the regional cultural landscape. We continue our feature on the contestants vying for the Miss SVG 2025 title. This evening, we spotlight contestant number 6, Kayla Jordan of Redemption Sharps, sponsored by Lotto. Jordan shared that she is always seeking to elevate her standard of living and pursue personal growth, goals she believes the Miss SVG pageant can help her achieve. She said this was a key reason for entering the competition this year.
I really want to step out of my comfort zone and try new things. I also want to be able to represent my country, and you don't necessarily have to go on the stage to do that, but I feel like this would be the best foundation for me to do such. I want to build my self-confidence. I want to be an example for young girls, to encourage them to step out of their comfort zone, pursue their dreams, and be themselves unapologetically. They must not be afraid to take up space. And this is a space that we are allowed to fill, so I will willingly step in and do such.
It is right now.
Yes, I'm currently employed at the Agad International Airport. I work in the finance department. I'm also currently working on my ACCA certification because I do hope to become a certified accountant. However, I would like to pursue something more creative as well, so I will look to go into culinary arts, just as a little passion on the side. And I also want to become an entrepreneur, specifically in ecotourism, because St. Vincent and the Grenadines is so beautiful, and I've grown to appreciate what we have, so I would love to share it with the world.
Jordan admitted that preparing for the pageant has been both challenging and rewarding. She expressed excitement about the upcoming event and said she is looking forward to sharing the stage with 6 other talented and beautiful young women vying for the crown.
It has been quite a journey thus far. The most difficult part has been managing work and school and training as well. But for me, I have come a long way. From the very first training to now, it hasn't been easy. Nothing is easy when you're doing it the first time, and there has been some setbacks, a little bit of mistakes, but those are what build you and mold you to be a better person. I've been working in terms of training. I've been working on my deportment, my speech, and my public speaking. I've also been nurturing my talent. I won't let too much out of the bag with that one. And just finding myself, really. I already have a strong team, a strong sponsor, so I'm really putting all my resources to use to just give my best and put my best foot forward, always.
The Miss SVG 2025 pageant will take place on Saturday, November 1st, 2025 at Victoria Park. The annual event is one of the most anticipated highlights on the national cultural calendar and serves as a platform for young women to showcase their intelligence, talent, and poise.